Morrissey once said that music puts the M in Manchester, but that was long ago. In the time before Oasis, the Happy Mondays, before Joy Division became New Order, and before the DJ was as celebrated as the bands he played in the Hacienda. 20 years later, we come back to see what's left of Manchester's music scene and how the local musicians have been affected by what's gone before. Is the Smiths frontman still right about the local music scene? In 2015, does music still put the M in Manchester?
Does that make me crazy?
Jamie is a local singer-songwriter from Salford. He's a firm believer that local music still plays a heavy part in Manchester's iconic culture.
I think being an artist in Manchester is harder than a lot of other places in England because there's this expectation that you have to be the next big thing coming from Manchester. So there's more pressure on you to be more original. You got big bands like the Stone Roses coming from Manchester. I would say that if you want to be different and you want to get out of Manchester and you want to be big, I'd say try not to be like the Stone Roses and the Smiths, everyone else who's come out of Manchester, because then you'll kind of become a tribute band and you want to become your own act.
Well, you mentioned the Smiths and the Stone Roses. Who are your inspirations?
Well, my inspirations come from lots of different genres of music. Like in terms of songwriting, like I look up to people like John Mayer, who most people in England won't have heard of. Like it's big in America. But I also love bands like Kasabian because I love the thrill of going to the gigs and that. So honestly, it's hard to pin down on one person because I like so many different genres of music.
Jamie is a local singer-songwriter from Salford. He's a firm believer that local music still plays a heavy part in Manchester's iconic culture, taking influences from indie, R&B, soul and folk music, a very different recipe than the one that created Liam and Noel Gallagher.
For any upcoming artists, what advice would you give them?
Well, who am I to give advice, but I'd definitely say to them, stick to your guns. I wouldn't sell out for anyone, even if you was you being told to, stick to what you're good at and stick to your kind of music.
We interviewed a couple of local bands to see how modern music has changed in Manchester and whether its famous exports have influenced its local music scene.
Manchester's a great city for music, really. Like, there's a lot of big bands come out of here. I'd say we are influenced by a lot of bands from Manchester, so, like Stone Roses and massive influence of mine, obviously. What about you, Sean? Yeah.
Just like Manchester's a good centre of music, you've got loads of good bands coming from Manchester. Aspirations, lots of gigging, maybe make it big, I don't know. Well, it's the same for every band, isn't it?
Like Stone Roses and that, like Peace, bands like the Crooks from Sheffield, they're pretty decent as well.
Yeah, we all have different inspirations really. Like John, our guitar player, is more into like Hendrix and like classic rock. Misha's like into modern indie. Stratford, our bass player, is into like metal and shit. So we all bring different shit to the table.
Since recording this footage, Jamie has been offered a record contract with a major record label. He's set to release his debut album in 2016. This begs the question that without artists such as Morrissey and Oasis breaking that working class barrier, would a working class boy from Salford be able to succeed in their footsteps? One thing is certain, there is a light that never goes out when it comes to music in Manchester.